I am so tired, but I'm going to keep going with this story, and I think I'll finish it tomorrow. So this is part 9, I believe, of the worst story I've read so far for this channel, account, whatever. All I could whisper was, I want this to be over, I want this to be done. But I wasn't talking to the waves, the labor. I wanted this chapter in my life to be done. Now I ended my last video about this very harshly, because this chapter of this person's life will never be done. But there was no reason to push, no happy ending, no joyful tears as I lifted a newborn to my breast, no baby to soothe with the sound of my beating heart, to nurture. It felt like I'd been pregnant forever, and soon I would no longer be. But instead of having a newborn baby to hold after everything was over, I would only have a shattered heart no one could see. No one except for this group of free birthing parents who have to read this long, flowery story. She continues, I couldn't hold back any longer. My body began pushing. I just silently, so definitely, silently, pushed and pushed and pushed. It burned. It felt like I was being ripped and torn. I'm going to say something. Someone just left a comment saying that this story is written this way to evoke a sense of martyrdom, and I agree with them. This woman wants to be a free birthing martyr, and this group will make her one. Who I was and who I would be were two complete beings, never the same, forever changed. I want you all to know that between this happening and her posting, there were 5 months. I'm going to post that screenshot later. 5 months for her to craft this story. This prose. Partner gasped, oh baby, I see a foot, you're doing it, you're almost there. He touched the foot and it sent shooting pain throughout my body. I screamed out, don't touch. A nurse came in and knelt beside me. She told me she couldn't let me be on the floor. I roared, don't you touch me, because it's always nice to scream at the nurses who are trying to help you. I understand this is traumatic, but this woman is a nightmare person, so I really don't have a lot of sympathy about it. Nurse backed off. My whole driving force behind having an unassisted home birth was my fear of not having a voice, being silenced by the hospital staff like I was last time. Okay, I'm running out of time. Let's go to the next one. Sorry, I'm just really tired. Okay, I seriously have to go to bed, so this is the last one I'm doing tonight. Though I say I'm going to bed, and I know for a fact I will stay up and watch television. All right, last we left off, this woman was yelling at the nurse. Well, okay, I'm going to reiterate. My whole driving force behind having an unassisted birth was my fear of not having a voice, being silenced by the hospital staff like I was last time, pliantly doing whatever they ordered without ever questioning. When daughter had been born, I writhed in pain, begged for an epidural, didn't get one in time, screamed in agony, got stitches I wasn't numbed for without being asked. Okay, so she was not happy with her first birth, obviously. I have thoughts on that, but had my placenta yanked out without being asked, had my baby yanked out of my hands. I was in so much pain, so confused, so dazed. I don't recall being asked if I wanted my placenta to be removed or not. They just told me it was happening and I went with it. But that's just me. This time that was the opposite in every way. Still a hospital birth, but I was different. I was crystal clear, alert, aware. I had a voice and I used it. I realized if I had the driving force to stand up and walk to the shower, the nurse would tremble. She wouldn't dare tell me not to get in the shower. Okay. Would she tremble? Would she tremble, or would she just let you do it because you're an irresponsible person and your presence there is probably traumatizing everybody? Lots of comments I'm getting from medical professionals saying these things traumatize them. And I don't think there's any love lost there. So I would let you get in the shower too, because I wouldn't want to be dealing with any of this. I'm getting like mean Colleen, but I can't help it. This is an awful story. Oh, and here I love this turfy nonsense. The divine feminine life force coursing through my entirety would scare the shit out of her. Really? Without a doubt, I knew I could give birth anywhere in any situation and be in complete control. I had complete control and no one was stopping me. Okay, first of all, divine feminine stuff, that's just a red flag to me, babe. But second of all, you aren't in complete control and you can't give birth anywhere you want to because you tried to do it at home and it didn't work and your child is dead now. So, what are you talking about? Maybe you should have harnessed that power days ago when your water broke. This gets even more infuriating. I have to stop here. I am very, very tired and I'm getting very mean. I don't like being mean. Okay, I do, but you know. Okay, it is part 11 of the worst story I've ever read for this account. And I'm very sorry that it's taken me so long to post this. I crashed last night. I was so tired. And so was my husband, and we just passed the fuck out. It was bad. So anyway, part 11. Last we checked, this woman was using her divine feminine life force to give birth to her child who had passed away in her womb. She had no medical care, and she is mistreating all the doctors and nurses who are trying to help her. I took umbrage to the fact that she said I knew I could give birth anywhere in any situation and be in complete control, because that is not true, because she tried to give birth at home and her baby passed away. However, I don't think that it is a coincidence that this warrior language comes now that, the worst has happened. I believe this is sort of a convincing of a self. You can pause to read all this. You realize how strong you can really be when you're pushing out your baby, knowing that they will not be alive when you're done. Partner excitedly told me I had both feet out. For a moment, I felt defeated. I imagined everything, but the head was out. To hear only the feet were out, I was so disappointed. But ma'am. I remember hearing one nurse behind me whisper, it can't be safe for her to birth a baby in this position. The other nurse said she's doing fine so far. Whether or not this happened is up for debate. I have a feeling this woman is a hero in her own mind, and that a lot of this is grain of salt territory. I pushed, not waiting for the urge, not being patient like I'd planned all along. Oddly, I didn't tear at all. On the hospital floor, on all fours, my husband's hand prepared to safely cradle a newborn baby earthside. And I'm just going to be nitpicky here. I hate when people say earthside. It really, really just screams woo light worker to me. I don't like it. It was a baby girl. They named her after OP's deceased brother. She was 21¼ inches long and 5 pounds 10 ounces. They said she weighed so little because she wasn't floating in fluid, but she appeared to be 38 to 40 weeks gestation. So this is where the OP realizes that she miscounted and most likely did have an early miscarriage back in the fall and conceived quickly afterwards. All these questions. Would I have done things differently? Had I known her true gestation? Would it have even mattered? Well, ma'am, I would hope that you would have done things differently if you had knew that your baby was going to die from your negligence. Who's to say the outcome wouldn't be the same? I'm to say. It's me. It would have been different if you had gone to a doctor. There's still more to be said.